So for my receptive language project, I'm going to teach the skill of following directions. These activities are going to benefit kiddos from ages 4 to 6 years old. Since children learn best through play, I'm going to be using games. And it's also going to, this project will also work on listening skills as well. Kind of goes hand in hand with following directions. So I would start by letting the client know what I'm going to be working on. And I would probably start with a board game, such as Chutes and Ladders or Candyland, something simple. That way, it has a more of a visual component to it. So the kiddo is going to pick up the card and follow the directions on the card. Of course, I can read it to them. And then the ultimate goal is, I would say, to be a first-time listener. So follow directions the first time and not need the additional prompting to complete the task. Once they master that, I would move on to something a little more challenging, maybe Simon Says, where there's no visual, it's just the verbal directions. And then as they increase their skills, I can add in multi-step directions, make it a little bit more challenging. And then, of course, they're going to be listening as well. And they need to know if I said, Simon Says, touch your head. If I don't say Simon Says, they need to be able to pay attention to that as well. And then another fun activity I could do once they build their skills a little bit more, just to kind of generalize following directions, would be an obstacle course where I could tell them the directions ahead of time and then watch them complete it. Or I could even model it for them and then they complete it themselves. So by doing these fun activities, the kiddos are they're going to retain the information and they're going to retain the skill. And that's going to help them generalize it to their lives in all different areas. If it was too challenging for my client, I would just, I would break it down a little bit more. So if we are playing a board game, I would make a simpler board game, or even, lots of verbal prompts or add some more visuals into it, whatever they need to be successful. So yeah, that's how I would help them if they were struggling.